Hey friends, it's time to set up our budget for the first half of April. I have already filled in the pay period, so from the 31st through the 13th is what we're using to cover this first half of the month. And I filled in our goals. So you know our goal is to add $113 to emergency and to pay $307 towards that personal loan every single month so we can meet a goal of saving $1,500 in our starter emergency and paying off this personal loan by the end of the year. The budget is going to look a little bit different this month. We're going to start with a little bit more, and so we are actually budgeting to start the month with $3,209, and I'll tell you how we come to that here in just a minute. So upcoming purchases for this month, you all, events wise, we have Easter, which is right around the corner. We always have doctor's appointments, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. Let's see. We have car tags and registration to take care of. And let me see. Finally, we have no birthdays this month. And I'm sure something else will come up, but at this moment, Easter, doctor's appointments, and then things with the car, what we're focusing on. All right, so as far as income, so for my check, we are budgeting for $1,600. For my husband's disability, we budget for $1,468. And then you all, we're having to pull some money, but we were planning for this. So that March Madness Savings Challenge that we completed, we're using that towards taking care of the expense for the car. So that was $96 that we saved total. And then from our debt envelope, we are pulling $45. So that is what so that's where that $3,209 is coming from. And then, you know, I never budget for Etsy just because I never know what I'm going to get for that. And so I like to leave that and just put towards savings. All right. So there's that. And then far as we usually do our sinking funds, I'm not going to budget for anything for this first part because this bill is going to pretty much take any extra. All right, so let's come on over here, and I'm going to speed things up and fill this in. Alright guys, so now that we've got that all laid out, we can go ahead and start filling this in. So some of these regulars, they have not changed, so we still budget for $50 for our sewage bill. We still budget for $372 for loan number 1. Our gas bill, we have been budgeting for $90. Let's see, and then we now start the higher payment for our rent, so $1,095 there. Liberty is a new bill. We had to add insurance for the new vehicle, and then what we did was we actually got rid of our renter's insurance through the other place and just bundled them together. So $96 is what we're budgeting for there. Netflix, remember we have 2 different bills because we have streaming and we get the disc still. BarkBox, $25. Loan number 2, usually we budget for the $307 right at the beginning of the month, but because we were celebrating my husband's birthday and the way our expenses went last month, we actually only budgeted for $203. So if I can come back and get this at the end of the month, I will, but for right now, we're just going to pay the actual payment. For our electric, We are budgeting for 120. Our tax bill, 100. Disney Plus, 12. Spectrum, 60. Metronet, 93. Sling, 55. Nintendo, 5. And let's see, my son's cello, 49. And then for the car, we need 312. So, yeah. And then you'll notice that there is one bill missing off there, and that is Walmart Plus, and that's because we finally decided that we just didn't want to keep that. We just couldn't get anything consistent there. Like, we just weren't really happy with our delivery service with Walmart, so we went ahead and canceled it after this past month. So then let's see where we're at. Let me get that and do some numbers. So we have...
Alright, so we're going to take 50, 372, 90.
So then that leaves 454 for variable expenses. And so, I like to come over here and write those. All right, now if you are new to the channel, I usually leave grocery money because I don't carry an envelope for it, and gas in the bank. So gas will get its 100, groceries will get 2. So we're down 154. So let's see. So then our self-care is gonna get 50. Let's see. Our dog, I'm gonna put 50 because we need to restock food. So he needs both wet and dry this time around. I'm going to take 30 for sundries. Anything that's not grocery comes from there. And then we don't have much remaining. So I'm going to put 24. And that takes us to 0, guys. So that is what we're looking at. And I'll put to stuff here. So I separated those. So that's what we're looking at to start the month. It's time to stuff our wallet for the first half of the month. So let me go ahead and grab that. And we have a total today of 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 40, 50, 152, 53, and 54. So 154 going into our wallet. So let me go ahead and open that up. And we are not stuffing anything in fudge right now. So let me separate this out actually. So scoot these over, and 50. All right, hopefully you can see that. And let me tuck that underneath. So our dog is going to get 50. Go ahead and add that in. And most of this will be gone, you all. So we've got to get wet food and dry food. Self-care is going to get 50 this time around. So let's get 220, so 10 out of there. All right, spending is going to get 24. So that's these ones. And last but not least, sundries is going to get the 30. And you all, sundries is for anything else that's not groceries. So that is it, and I'll see you next time.